Frank, your deadline countdown article today titled Jakob Chychrun, Buyer Beware. That felt like a message to the Oilers fans who feel like Chychrun is just the answer and will turn them into a cup contender.
Yeah, it was buy or beware, not buyer beware, although you could also buyer beware as well. A really in-depth scouting report, and this is for people that aren't regular watchers of the Arizona Coyotes, or even if you are, went through and, really I'd say 2 to 3 solid months worth of Chychrun games, and dating back to last season as well. And, you can read through this. There's a lot of text here, but essentially the gist of the story is this. Jakob Chychrun is, in a lot of teams' views that I've spoken to, a middle pair defender who is a power play shot threat. And he's a somewhat below average defender. He's not a strong transporter of the puck. He is someone that chips the puck off the boards a lot. He uses the glass a bit. He deflects pucks to teammates. He's not a huge passer. And so this was, sort of a really nerdy view of what his game looks like, good and bad, because he's a pretty special power play producer. He's 4th in the league in goals per 60 minutes over the last 5 seasons. The guys that are in front of him are all-world type defensemen, like a Cale Makar. And so he's part of elite company on that front. But when I look at the Oilers as a whole, guys, I just think he's not the right stylistic fit. And he also comes at a premium price that the Arizona Coyotes are basing off of his contract. Although when you add all these things together, it feels like he's someone that would be asking for an unprecedented return based on what his skill set is.
So does it feel like, or is that the reason why he's just been on the market for as long as he has been? I know he's been banged up as well, and that played a role, but it feels like the Yotes are saying premium asset because of that contract. And a lot of teams are saying, yeah, great contract. Love that he has term, love that he's young. But for right now, he maybe only is like a $5 million D-man.
Right. And that's exactly it. In that this flat cap world, he probably, a lot of the surplus value that you saw him at, like, he's been on the market for more than a calendar year. And so last year, instead of getting 2.5 years of Jakob Chychrun, you would have got 3.5 years. Like, some of that surplus value has diminished. And so I think that's something important to keep in mind, especially as the salary cap's going up. Having him on that contract becomes less of a big deal when everyone has some more space to go around. So I think the bottom line is this when it comes to the Oilers. They're making their calls. They have recently, in the last week, checked in again on Jakob Chychrun. They've checked in on a bunch of different defensemen. And I think where they've left it at the moment, and obviously subject to change, is that they're going to wait a bit and see how the defense market develops. They might make another trade between now and March 3rd that involves bringing in a penalty killer or bringing in a forward that has some edge. They're looking at a bunch of different options on that front. But I think they've determined for right now that they don't really know what to do on the defense front, what stylistic fit is best. And I think they're going to try and be patient.
What's your opinion on that? Who should they be targeting right now based on who's available?
So, Jay, I don't think they need a guy to plug in on the power play like Chychrun. By the way, he's not a power play facilitator. He's not a passer. He's not a quarterback. He's just someone you load up as a cannon, gets pucks on net, very accurate with a hard shot, and he has a knack for getting them through traffic. And that's valuable, but for an Oilers power play that's fine as it is, you don't need help there. You've got Barry, you've got Bouchard. Yeah, like, why? That's not an area of need. So for me, I think stylistically, they need a true defender. They need someone that's going to absorb the forecheck well, handle and manage pressure, make solid passes and plays, and make life easier on your goaltenders. And obviously the goaltending has been an issue. I also think the Oilers have been pretty careless with the puck at times. So I think that further highlights the need for someone that is going to put out some of the fires that you have in your own end. And so stylistically, I think, although he's still also going to be expensive and is not, the flashy, sexy name that everyone's talking about, but I think way more along the lines of Vladislav Gavrikov is a need for the Oilers than Jakob Chychrun.